his way to a dead Darth Vader. Still has an Inquisitor on the table and a Palp Shuttle on the table. Both of those are at full health. Whisper has been hanging out near the top of the screen this whole time, not really getting involved in combat. Probably in part because Vader was out there, and Vader can cause a lot of problems for Whisper. The only dial down so far is the Lambda. And there's an Inquisitor dial. Rear Admiral Shirano finally gets a dial. I'm going to say it over and over and over. Rear. It's like the Beavis and Butthead show. And the Whisper dial is down. Whisper's going to decloak. Farther away from combat. Whisper's not doing a dang thing here. Whisper decloaks to the right. A one bank to the left from that Palp Shuttle will clear the stress it picked up last round. And put a focus token on the shuttle. A hard one turn to the right will help Inquisitor avoid the debris field. That is a green maneuver, so it clears the stress. So it clears the stress, but they're going to PTL right here. Reacquire the target lock to get the free evade. Pick up a focus token with push the limit here. Whisper doing a Whisper thing. That hard turn one to the left. Still nowhere near the combat, but aimed in that direction finally. Just a reminder, Agent Callus on Whisper was targeting Darth Vader, who is the gray box on the left side of your screen. Agent Callus did nothing. Nothing. Little one straight from Rear Admiral Shirano. That does not put him on the asteroid on top, and it puts him well clear of the debris field on the bottom. It takes him out of the Palp Shuttle's arc here. Range 1 attack on the Inquisitor. Spend the target lock. There's a couple of blank dice in the box here. We've got 2 hits and 2 dice being re-rolled. Chirpy gonna change that to a crit. We have hit, crit in the box. Auto thrusters. Focus. And evade token. We're gonna modify. Shirano is going to take 2 more damage, go to 5 hull. The Inquisitor is going to lose a shuttle as he again activates Darth Vader. Very aggressive with this Chirpy right now. So Gunner activates. We get 2 hits. Auto thrusters. Pulls 1 back. We're gonna have Inquisitor lose his last shield to that hit. Chirpy's gonna lose 2 more hull and go to 3 for Shirano. There's a crit on the Inquisitor here, who's gonna go to 1 hull remaining. The Inquisitor just took a major hull breach here. Eric is clearly playing the game that they're discussing in the Twitch channel. If he can take both aces off the table with Vader's ability, it doesn't matter if Cyrano dies. Whisper against a Palp Shuttle is not even fun for us to sit here and watch. Players have picked up their dials. They're getting ready for another round here. I expect this is the round that Whisper comes down the table and starts putting fire on Palpatine. Dial on Rear Admiral Cyrano. Maybe the guys down in the tech booth can look. I don't have the standings in front of me, but I'd agree with you. I'd be curious to know what Eric's MOV was today. This is a solid plan for beating those Palp Aces lists, and he's running it perfectly here right now. As long as Cyrano can keep Inquisitor in range, Stu's probably going to lose that ace this round. Dial is down on the Inquisitor. Whisper is decloaking here. Back to the left. And further out of combat, Eric is holding Whisper out of this until it's Whisper and Palpatine. There's a 2-bank maneuver from the Lambda. That may put it in a position where it has a range 3 shot at Whisper. Takes a focus token. So the Inquisitor with a 1 hard to the right. The same thing, that clears the stress, but he's going to reacquire the target lock for a free evade, push the limit, take another focus. Whisper is moving 2 straight here. It appears to put both Whisper and the Lambda in one another's arc. Whisper takes an evade token here instead of a focus token. I would have expected a focus token here. Whisper will get to fire at the Lambda and then cloak and get a focus token, but that focus token on the attack might have been nice to have. Cyrano moves forward. Target locks the Inquisitor. Range 1 attack is 4 dice. And there's a target lock here. It is an obstructed attack. 4 hits in the box. 4 hits in the box. 4 evades. He spends the evade token to get a 4th evade. So there's no hits there. Gunner activates here, so we're going to see that same range 1 attack. Target lock here. Chirpy into a crit. We have 2 hits and a crit. Auto thrusters turns that into an evade. It doesn't matter. Vader's going to activate again, it looks like. Cyrano's going to go to 1 hull. Inquisitor's going to leave the table and be the second ace to die here. So Rear Admiral Cyrano, 1 hull, an untouched Whisper still, range 2 attack on the Palp Shuttle, 4 dice from Whisper. Nothing. This is why I would have taken a focus token, folks. Nothing. He gets to cloak on the attack. And he gets target lock. 3 dice coming from the Lambda back at Whisper now. Whisper's got an evade and a focus. Spend the focus token, Palp the other. We've got hit, hit, crit in the box right now. Four dice out of Whisper. 2 evades. And an evade token. And nothing happens there. This appears to be largely academic if you ask the Twitch channel. It appears to be largely academic if you ask me. I really wish that I had cameras above another table to bring you. But instead, we're going to sit here. Rear Admiral Cyrano has a dial on him now. We're waiting on dials for Whisper and for Palpatine. Whisper is decloaking forward, which leads me to expect Whisper doing Whisper things. A hard turn to the right to put a shuttle in its path. That shuttle's only doing a 1 bank. That might be enough to keep it out of Whisper's path. No, it won't be. Focus token onto that Lambda. There is the hard 1 that we expected. If he looks at this and determines that he cannot barrel roll towards the Lambda shuttle, and does not have an arc, so this is going to pass without. Whisper does nothing there. He may have called a cloak action there, but I don't see a cloak token. Whisper may have made the decision to do nothing there just because there won't be combat. Chirpy has put himself at range 3 of the shuttle through a rock, but he's going to get to attack here. This is going to be 3-on-3 reds and greens. Hitting a crit there. Spends the focus, gets 2 evades as a result of it. Dodgy shuttle dodges things for us. Shuttle is clearly out of arc. Players double check though. And we return to a life of dials. Down now on Emperor Palpatine and on Whisper. Well down on the Rear Admiral. Optional trigger, guys. Shuttle made a full stop. So Whisper's turn is going to plow it into a shuttle. Whisper will not get an action there. A 1 forward from Sharano. If I was a gambling man, I'd bet this is the last time that we'll see Sharano fire, because that Palp Shuttle's got a shot at him now. He's going to try and boost here. Boost makes them get a little closer. Range 1. Sharano at the shuttle. Here come these 4 dice. They're having a conversation down at the table about Darth Vader. They're looking for a judge right now. So he wants to know if he can Sharano make the attack. If he doesn't hit anything, can he Vader and then still make a second attack even though it's going to kill Sharano here? They have had a conversation with the judges, and the judges agree with the chat. It ends up being something that didn't matter there because he hits him and therefore can't gunner. Sharano will push the damage through on Vader. I missed the exact damage count, but Kyle will double check that for us. We'll make sure the Omicron has the proper number of shields missing. So he's lost 3 shields, and he'll go to 2 shields. He's got Whisper in his 6. He's got a ship that doesn't move all that well against one of the most dodgy and fun ships here in my mind. I love Whisper. What can I say? He also cannot stop again. So he's going to go 1 forward, clear the stress. I'm assuming take a focus token. He does take a focus token. It falls off the edge of the table and right to the floor, but there's another one. Whisper does a Whisper thing. We've got a hard turn to the right. Whisper's going to get to 5 dice, the back side of that thing. Hopefully he focuses. He does focus. Focus at a target lock on the Lambda here. One hit and 4 blanks. He gets to use the target lock. He's going to get it back from fire control systems. We get a hit and a crit in the box. He'll spend the focus to add another hit. We get an evade, but we're still taking 2 hits and a crit. So it's going to wipe the shields off that Omicron. The crit is a weapons failure. So Palpatine heads down to 4 hull and suffers the effect of that weapons failure. Whisper cloaks there. Players are talking right now that it seems unlikely that Stu will ever get that shuttle to have an arc on Whisper. So I've got results here from other places in the top 8. Whisper's trying to make a decision there, so we're going to check in real quickly. Let you know that John Grasser, Whisper's decloaking, John Grasser in the 1 spot has defeated David Braun in the 8 spot. Evan Clausen, your 3 seed, has beat Dan Hars. If I've got my bracket in front of me correct, that sets the 2 of them up to play one another next round. And we'll see Grasser and Clausen in the next round. We end up with a bump there. It's going to mean that we don't have any combat and we go wandering right on back to their dials. We still do not have results for the 4-5 match, which was Rennig Scum versus Bolander Scum. Running Whisper into the Palp shuttle there is a little bit of a sad time for Eric. It appears the Twitch channel wants to watch Evan play next round. There is the dial for Emperor Palpatine. Eric admitting that he kind of doesn't know what to do here down at the table. He doesn't fly the list a ton, and he's in contact with the only target. So he's not sure where he wants to go here. Palp shuttle is making a 1 bank to the right. That might give Whisper space to do things in there. I'm a little surprised by that maneuver. But it works out perfectly because a 1 bank from Whisper means they plow into one another again. And Stu is keeping Palpatine alive, and I'm not sure I totally understand how. It feels like the right move was a hard right 1 out of Whisper, and then a barrel roll to build a little bit of space so that you could fire next round. 4 bank would have been gangsta. I agree. Or 4K turn, sorry. The players down at the table are making the same joke. He's thinking, maybe if I K turn it, we can end this game. We have 1 dial down for the one of the 2 remaining ships. We're waiting that 2nd dial still. Eric is spinning his dial around for Whisper and going, I can't do a 1 straight. I agree with Jabba in the channel. Just keep doing 1 hards. Now, a 1 hard this turn probably doesn't do anything, because I wouldn't be surprised if this Palp Shuttle doesn't move. Still playing with Whisper's dial, unable to make a decision here. As everybody expected, Palpatine goes nowhere. He attempts a 1 hard turn to Whisper's left, and Whisper doesn't go anywhere. And oh my god, what are we doing, folks? The answer to that is nothing. Dial is down for the Palp Shuttle. I feel like the only correct move here for Eric is to go hard turn right. A hard 1 turn to the right. And then work to get the adjustments done. You can't keep running into him. There's a 1 bank. If this is a hard turn right, hard turn right, barrel roll, end this game. Straight 2. The straight 2 fits. Whisper is in there. Whisper is going to focus. You don't get more range 1 than this. We're going to see a 5 die attack from Whisper. Hit. We're going to target lock to reroll the 1 blank die and add an eyeball, so we focus here. We have 3 hits and 2 crits in the tray, and 1 die. Nothing happens there for Stu. That is going to end the Omicron shuttle. He did fit. Yes, he fit. Eric aggressively uses Chirpy to eliminate both the Inquisitor and Darth Vader. We eventually get to the point where Whisper is following a Palp Shuttle around, and that doesn't ever end well for that Palp Shuttle. That is the end of this match. The 7 seed, Eric Maliepaard, moves on to the semifinals. We are still awaiting results of Rennie Bolander. We're going to have that coming up in about, I believe I heard them say 15 minutes left in the round. This is John Stevens for Back to Dials. For Kyle Flynn and Lee Haberth here, the tech guys that have put that display together for you, I'm going to sign off for about 15 minutes, and we'll be back with a semifinals match from Broomfield, Colorado.